There's something that, if you use it well, will not only make women love you, but also make them feel they can't live without you. It's not about your looks, your money, your beauty, your physique, or your style. It's something far more powerful and dangerous. Because when you use it well, you won't be the only man a woman chooses. She wants you. She's attracted to you, even if you ask her not to argue. And she won't care when you're wrong. This creates an addiction, emotional turmoil, and a situation that's difficult to escape. So, here's an awkward question you need to think about carefully. Why do some men put in so little effort, yet women relentlessly pursue them, while others do everything perfectly and still fall for them? The answer isn't exactly appealing, but it changes everything you know about attraction. Attraction isn't rational, it's psychological. And once you understand the underlying mechanism, stop guessing and stop chasing. Before we continue, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you're here to understand women beyond fantasies and superficial advice, you're in the right place. Now let's talk about what women really want and why most men don't. Most men believe that attraction is based on desire. If a woman desires you, your attention, your presence, and your efforts, it indicates she's on the right path and initially gives you a sense of security. Desire fosters growth and appreciation. However, desire is fragile. A woman may desire many things simultaneously. She wants love, stability, happiness, and to feel desired. None of these desires can stop her. None of them can stop her. Desire is optional and it can be replaced by something better. Desire is different. It is not a choice, not a conscious decision. Desire operates according to logic, standards, and expectations. When something is linked to a woman's emotional stability, it becomes part of how she manages her feelings. She doesn't just choose it. She revolves around it. Consider how easily desires change. A woman might desire a certain lifestyle until another more appealing one emerges. She might desire a particular man until another man offers her a better version of the same feeling. Desire is not easily forgotten. Desire is not merely a means to comfort. But desire does not behave that way. Desire is built on emotional survival. This is what the nervous system needs when it requires rest, support, stimulation, or reassurance. When a woman desires something, obtaining it generates anxiety, and anxiety, a feeling of inadequacy she cannot ignore. And the mind will do anything to alleviate this anxiety. This is where most men miss the point. They constantly strive to be more attractive, more attentive, more accessible, and more approachable, without realizing that every time they make themselves more accessible, they reinforce a dangerous truth. I am replaceable. Because when you give everything without struggle, without tension, and without emotional repercussions, you teach them that your presence is not a necessity, but a choice. And choices always take precedence. When attraction shifts from desire to need, the dynamic changes completely. She doesn't treat you the same way. She doesn't compare you rationally. She doesn't ask if you're the best option. Instead, she asks herself how she would feel without you, and she doesn't like the answer. This difference is what keeps the attraction alive. Women substitute what they want and pursue what they need. As long as you don't understand this difference, not intellectually, but internally, you'll continue to confuse effort with results, focus with power. Men often tell themselves a comforting story. I miss her because I was kind to her, because you listened to her, because you came, because you hugged her better than anyone else. This story fills you with pride, yet simultaneously with a sense of helplessness. Women don't connect with people. They connect with situations, emotional states, psychological experiences, and how their bodies calm or are aroused by a particular man. When a woman says she misses you, she isn't looking for your personal qualities, nor is she trying to emulate your efforts. She responds to a feeling that is no longer available to her. Calm, joy, comfort, tension, affirmation, whatever state her nervous system is triggered by. This is why two men can behave in completely opposite ways, yet both cause addiction or apathy. A man might be attractive, consistent, and emotionally understanding, yet easily forgetful. The other woman might be flawed, unstable, cold, and indispensable. The difference isn't in personality, but in emotional dependence. Dependence arises when your presence dominates her emotions. When you're with her, something within her calms down or awakens something she can't create on her own. In this case, your absence not only creates sadness, but also creates a void. This imbalance must be corrected, and here logic breaks down. You may know you're not perfect. You may even know the relationship is unhealthy, but knowledge alone cannot overcome addiction. The body attracts more than the mind, and the body always seeks what restores balance. This is why women leave men and pursue men they can't explain their attraction to. That's why doing everything perfectly doesn't guarantee success, and that's why trying too hard often makes things worse. This is a rule most men should hear without hesitation. You don't miss them. You forget what it feels like to be with them. Once you understand this, attraction ceases to be a mystery and becomes natural, not out of malice, quite the opposite. You stop trying to justify your actions and begin to notice the impact. Because you become a source of irreplaceable emotions, comparisons cease, competition disappears, and the striving begins quietly from within, often without you even realizing it. Every woman experiences emotional emptiness. Not because she's broken, not because she's tired, but because modern life quietly creates a profoundly painful void. Performance pressure, the pressure to settle for less, need, independence, happiness, and intense desire, often all at once. Over time, something gets lost. Something remains incomplete, and that incompleteness is emptiness. This emotional void isn't dramatic, nor does it announce itself. It operates silently, shaping choices, reactions, and patterns of attraction without your knowledge. And once you learn to see it, you begin to understand women in a way that most men never do. This gap has nothing to do with what she expresses in terms of desires, but rather with what her nervous system dictates. There are four main emotional gaps that trigger a woman's attraction. Not dozens, not countless variations, just four. And every woman has at least one of them: affirmation, pleasure, escape, and challenge. These are not personality traits. These are emotional gaps, gaps created by routine, expectations, social pressure, boredom, and overexposure to the same men. When one of these gaps isn't adequately filled, attraction begins. This attraction is pure attraction. A man doesn't feel special when he unconsciously fills one of these gaps. It's confusing, difficult to explain, and irreplaceable. You can't even call it attraction, but simply the feeling of being around him, different, important, stable, or stimulating in a way she can't create for herself. That's where the power lies. Because when you become a source of emotional fulfillment, you cease to be valued like other men. She no longer competes on the same level. She is no longer forced into certain choices. She no longer worries about missing out on that emotional comfort. But this power is not neutral. Filling the emotional void breeds addiction. Addiction breeds attachment. Attachment, when misused, subtly fuels addiction. This line is thin. Most men don't even realize they've crossed it until they find themselves in a dynamic situation beyond their control. Understanding this gap not only explains attraction, but also why it can be hidden when you're unaware of it. Now that the picture is clear, the real question remains: what is this gap hiding? And how does it affect everything that follows? Precision is a much misunderstood power in attraction. Most men believe that more praise means more attention, more compliments, more validation, and more reassurance. And it works at first. You smile and lean forward. Then something changes, because constant praise doesn't create genuine connection. It creates a sense of comfort. And when it becomes predictable, that comfort disappears. The nervous system stops responding to what it can rely on. What is always available loses its value. Women live in a world of appreciation. Social media, work, romantic relationships, attention is everywhere. And because it's everywhere, it's free. So appreciation is only powerful when it's unexpected, when it's deserved, when it's a choice. For this reason, deliberate affirmations, rather than fleeting and contradictory ones, hurt more than the latest compliment. Because she doesn't know when she'll receive them, her mind fills in the gaps. Her dopamine levels rise. She waits with anticipation, and she begins to subtly and unconsciously adjust her behavior to recapture that feeling. It's not that she wants to impress you, but rather that her nervous system craves the reward again. Shower her with words of encouragement, and let her know that your words are meaningless. If you withhold them entirely, a gap will form between you, devoid of any real connection. But when words of encouragement come and go consciously, they become something she follows without even realizing it. Then there's happiness. Most women aren't boring because their lives are empty, but because their feelings are monotonous. Routine, responsibility, expectations, the same conversations, the same outcomes, the same men saying the same things in slightly different voices. Happiness has nothing to do with chaos. It's about contrast. The person who evokes intense emotions with varied feelings, unexpected and tense moments, immediately breaks that void. They don't burden us, they don't paralyze us. Instead, they create tension where there isn't any and curiosity where there is. That's why happiness becomes so alluring. Not because it's difficult, but because it disrupts the familiar. The unexpected stimulates attention. Excitement stimulates play. Mystery stimulates the imagination. And the imagination works harder than ever. When her mind begins to fill the emotional voids on its own, she transitions from a pleasurable role to a stimulating one. This is a truth most men resist. Women are not dependent on men. Men become dependent on the emotional experiences she provides. Appreciation makes her feel valued, and happiness makes her feel alive. When you are a source of both, without excess, you won't just be one option among many. You'll experience an emotional euphoria she can't replicate at will. And then, you won't need to convince her of your attractiveness. Wait. Escaping reality is one of the most underrated attractions because it doesn't seem outwardly exciting. It seems calm, gentle, even boring. And that's precisely why it's so powerful. Most women are constantly juggling impressions, responsibilities, expectations, work, family, social pressures, appearance, performance, and even relaxation, often at the expense of tranquility. Few places allow her to let go of everything. When a man is somewhere she doesn't have to justify herself, impress herself, or restrain herself, something changes. Her body relaxes in his presence. Her thoughts calm. Her nagging inner voice disappears. This relief isn't intellectual, it's physical. And once her nervous system associates this feeling with her, she begins to crave him. Running away isn't a solution to her problems. It's merely a temporary escape. You're in a place where you can breathe, where you're not required to conform to a particular brand, where there's no performance, no evaluation, and no pressure to maintain control. This kind of peace of mind is rare, and rarity creates value. Then comes the challenge. This is where most men go wrong, confusing attraction with arrogance or coldness. That's not what creates attraction. Resistance is. That's the harsh truth. Most men are easy to understand, easy to approach, and easy to win over. They reveal a lot and invest a lot. They rush to prove their worth before they receive anything. Comfort kills desire. People value effort, not because they enjoy the struggle, but because it demonstrates the value of the effort. If one is not quick to please others, quick to attract attention, or quick to adapt to expectations, they generate conflict, and conflict generates attention. Someone whose life isn't centered around standards, boundaries, and approval is a natural draw. It's not about distance, it's about connection. They don't seek approval, so when they do, it's meaningful. Absence isn't absence, it's selectivity. If your time, energy, and approval aren't automatically available, they bear their burden. She cannot accept access. She must engage, move, and invest. Escape makes her feel safe. Seduction excites her. Together, they form a powerful cycle. Comfort coupled with tension leads to satisfaction and striving. And once this cycle is established, attraction ceases to be something she seeks. Attract her on her terms. At this stage, most men make the same mistake. They try to be all four qualities at once: reassuring, exciting, comfortable, and distant. And when they do, they ruin everything. You don't have to fill every emotional void she has. It's enough to know what she's hiding. She doesn't do this by listening to what she wants, but by observing what she complains about. Complaints are a leak of information. They reveal flaws. If she constantly talks about being bored with friendships, how all men feel the same, and how nothing excites her, it's not complaining. It's a need for stimulation. Her psyche craves novelty, unexpected surprises, and emotionally charged moments. She doesn't need certainty, but rather contrast. When she speaks of feeling exhausted, tired, and worn out, and of being constantly demanded by everyone around her, it's not drama. It's real stress. She's burdened. What she needs isn't recovery, but rest, a place where she's not expected to do anything or manage anything. Pay attention if she begs for praise, downplays her own abilities, or secretly seeks to emphasize her capabilities. This isn't vanity, it's a lack of self-esteem. Complaining about praise won't fix this deficiency. It's merely a strategy for selective recognition. And if she appears uneducated to the men pursuing her, but avoids attention and grows weary of the effort, this isn't vanity, it's a lack of self-worth. She's surrounded by resources, but lacks resistance. The key here is self-control. Don't overdo your role, don't act excessively, and don't impose behavior that doesn't align with your nature. Simply put, embody the role that best suits this void. Then the attraction will disappear. It feels natural, smooth, and spontaneous because you're not trying to create more desire, but rather responding to an existing imbalance. And this imbalance, when properly addressed, always draws attention to the solution. There's a dividing line that most men only see after they've crossed it. Desire and obsession don't tell you when one will turn into the other. The transition is smooth and gradual. It happens when a woman stops pursuing you and needs to feel balanced. When you become a source of emotional control, you possess real power. Not symbolic power, not imagined alpha power, but the kind of psychological strength that draws a person to you even in times of conflict. And here lies the danger. Power reinforces who you already are. In the hands of a weak person, this power becomes manipulation. They enjoy the chase and retreat to feel wanted. They become addicted because it makes them feel safe. And ultimately, the situation collapses under the weight of resentment, chaos, and psychological harm to both parties. In the hands of someone with limited abilities, power looks different. They don't exploit the void, but respect it. They understand that creating emotional attraction doesn't mean possessing someone. They know when to create tension, when to let it go, when to advance, and when to retreat. Power isn't about how much one can control someone. It's about knowing you shouldn't do it. When attraction becomes addiction, it ceases to be desire and becomes fear of loss. And fear is never a solid foundation. It erodes trust, distorts behavior, and transforms the relationship into one of control. That's why the most dangerous men aren't those who lack influence, but those who haven't learned self-control. If you choose to understand these dynamics, understand this: effectiveness isn't measured by the number of followers, but by your responsibility for the appeal you create. The same approach that makes you memorable can also make you destructive, and it all depends on the person using it. Attraction isn't about putting in more effort, and it never has been. It's about immersing yourself in a woman's emotional world in a way that can't be replaced by chance. When you stop trying to impress her and start understanding how emotional attachment develops, you stop chasing results and start creating genuine attraction. This is the one thing that changes everything, becoming the source of emotional experience that you cannot generate yourself. Not through force, performance, or deception, but through mindfulness, self-control, and inner peace. When you understand the difference between want and need, you stop confusing effort with value. When you understand the concept of emotional dependency, you stop feeling personally rejected. And when you recognize the emotional gaps, you stop guessing and start seeing patterns that most men miss. This helps you regain control. It's not about controlling him, but about controlling yourself, your reactions, your boundaries, your availability, and your standards. Surprisingly, this is what makes attraction last longer than it fades. A man who doesn't beg isn't ignored. A man who doesn't chase after a woman becomes invisible. And a man who understands his impact doesn't need to prove anything. If this shifts your perspective on attraction even slightly, subscribe to the channel and like the video so this message reaches men who need it, and share it with those who are still trying hard instead of overthinking it. If you're in a situation where a woman can't leave you or you don't understand why she left, comment not to seek validation, but to reflect. Because when you stop asking, how can I make her want me, and start asking, why do I feel different when I'm not with you, you're not playing the same game.